If Turks and Caicos only had one telecom operator, life would be simple, but there would be no competition and the single operator could set his fees unchallenged. In Turks and Caicos, there are only two operators, Lime and Digicel. Both offer fixed line and mobile services. However, even with only two operators, Interconnect is still an important aspect of the Turks and Caicos national telecommunications service, both technically and commercially. From a high-level interconnect perspective, no discrimination is made between mobile traffic and fixed-line traffic. When one subscriber calls a subscriber belonging to the same network, the call doesn't leave that network. Interconnect between two networks becomes relevant when a subscriber makes a call to another subscriber who belongs to another network. This can be a Lime to Digicel call, vice versa, or an international call. An international call is recognized by Lime or Digicel when the first digit received is a 0 or a 1. As both Lime and Digicel have networks in the Caribbean outside of Turks and Caicos, two routing options for non-VoIP international calls are possible. Calls to international numbers where the termination country is served by the same operator will be routed either to the same operator within the termination country or via one of their other networks. Calls to international numbers where the termination country is not served by the same operator is routed via one of the other networks, preferring transit networks with direct routes to the termination country. Interconnect also becomes relevant when a Turks and Caicos subscriber calls nationally to a subscriber connected to the other network. The network recognizes that a call is destined for the other network by the central office code that forms the first part of the called subscriber's number. The central office code does not need to be sent to the terminating network, as this is only important for call routing. For Interconnect to work, transmission must be provided between the two operator sites. For redundancy purposes, transmission can be configured between multiple sites. The operators need to agree on how they will connect to each other's networks. There are two common topologies to establish a demarcation point between the operators' respective networks. We assume an optical fiber cable exists between the operators, but this could also be a copper cable or radio-based transmission. For these examples, we assume that an STM1 is used. In reality, the transmission capacity could be greater or less than an STM1. Operator B owns the interconnect transmission and places his multiplexer in Operator A's premises. The demarcation point is at the DDF at Operator A. Operator A and B own their own multiplexer. The demarcation point is the ODF at Operator B. The point at which the originating operator passes the call onto the terminating network is known as a handoff. A handoff can be performed at the near end or the far end. A near-end handoff occurs when the call is carried over the transmission by the terminating network. A far-end handoff occurs when the call is carried over the transmission by the originating network. Interconnect occurs in two planes, the control plane and the user plane. The control plane is used to set up and tear down calls between the two networks. The network element in the originating network communicates to its counterpart in the termination network. It uses SS7, SIGTRAN or SIP signaling and includes SMS traffic. The user plane is the speech path between the two callers. Not all interconnect traffic sent at control plane level will result in traffic at user plane level. As an example, the terminating network will notify the originating network when a called subscriber is busy and that an interconnect at user plane level is not required. Terminating operators charge the originating operator for calls to their network. The originating operator passes this cost on to his subscriber with a markup. It is for this reason that calls to other networks are more expensive for subscribers than calls to their own network. Lime owns the fixed line access network. In order to connect a Digicel subscriber to its network, when a wireless local loop is not available, Digicel must be allowed to connect to the subscriber's cable pair at the Lime exchange. This is done at the MDF. The subscriber's line is then connected to the Digicel network along with other Digicel subscribers using the appropriate means of transmission. Two operators terminating each other's traffic must have an interconnect agreement. The agreement, which is enforced by the regulatory authority in some countries, deals with the termination charges, the physical locations of the interconnect, and the technical standards to be employed, footprints, transmission, cooling, ducting, security and power for any installed equipment belonging to the partner operator. Rent is normally charged for the service. Grade and quality of service, in particular the ability for the terminating network to be able to cater to the demands placed upon his network by the incoming traffic. Billing. How to collect traffic data, how to exchange invoices, how to make payments, and a procedure for managing discrepancies. Traffic between two operators are reconciled by exchanging CDRs from each other's network. Managing disputes about discrepancies may be assigned to the regulatory authority. Access to the national numbering plan and numbering resources. The CDR must contain at least the A party number and B party number, the start and end date and times. Many CDRs contain more information, including the billing phone number that is charged for the call, the identification of the equipment writing the record, a unique sequence number, additional digits on the called number used to route or charge the call, the results of the control plane communication, for example, whether or not the call was connected, the route by which the call entered and left the networks, the call type, for example, SMS, any fault condition encountered. It is very common to have discrepancies in the CDRs provided by the two partners. Billing systems provide reports facilitating reconciliation of incoming and outgoing interconnect CDRs. These reports keep parameters such as call type, destination and duration so that these reports can be used by both operators to identify the missing CDRs. There may be a situation when some CDRs are found missing within one of the operators. At the conclusion of the reconciliation process, if the matter does not settle, then an agreement is reached to pay some nominal amount to the impacted interconnect partner. More information about billing gateways is available in Pulse Telecom's billing module.